Today, we're diving into a topic that might just change the way you think about money. Money hacks the government does not want you to know. Now, we all know that money makes the world go round, but do we really understand where it comes from and how it works? It turns out, there's a lot more to this story than meets the eye. Most of us are in the dark about how money is created and circulated, and that's exactly where we're shining a light today. Stick around, because you're about to gain insights that could reshape your financial future. Let's get started. All money is debt. You might be surprised to learn that when it comes to money, it's not exactly what it seems. Many people think money is just pieces of paper and coins, but there's a hidden truth. All money is, in fact, debt. Let me break it down for you. Money isn't created from thin air, but it's close. It starts with the government, which borrows money from an entity known as the Federal Reserve. What's interesting is that the Federal Reserve can essentially create money out of ink and paper, or rather, digits in a computer. Once this money is created, it starts circulating in our economy. It gets spent on building essential infrastructure like schools, hospitals, and bridges. But here's the kicker. A whopping 95% of the money that exists only exists as digital entries in banks. It's like a digital mirage. Banks play a significant role in this money creation process. They can lend out a staggering 90% of the money deposited by customers while keeping only 10% in reserve. This lending process, known as fractional reserve banking, is the root of a perpetual debt cycle. Money multiplies as it's lent out and redeposited, perpetuating our financial system's debt-based nature. Who owns the Fed? To understand how money truly works, we need to go back in time and explore the origins of the Federal Reserve. Picture the late 19th century, a period marred by financial turmoil. Trust in the banking system was shaken, and something needed to change. Enter J.P. Morgan, a key figure in restoring faith in banks. But it wasn't just him. It was also the birth of the Federal Reserve in 1913. The Federal Reserve is a network of 12 regional banks strategically positioned across the United States. Here's where it gets interesting: the ownership structure of these regional reserve banks. They're not owned by the government but by the other banks in the country, effectively making them controlled by the big banks. It's like the foxes guarding the henhouse. Surprisingly, there's an indirect way that you, as an individual, own a slice of the Federal Reserve. It happens when you buy shares in major banks. This ownership, albeit indirect, gives you a stake in the banking system that shapes our economy. The wealthier you are, the less banks charge you now. Let's talk about something that might ruffle a few feathers: the relationship between your wealth and what banks charge you. It's a bit of a hidden truth, but it's essential to know. Banks, as profit-oriented institutions, prefer customers with more money. Why? Because they can offer more profitable services to those who can afford it. If you're wealthier, you're in for a treat. You'll receive more favorable terms and lower interest rates on loans and services. Unfortunately, this creates a disparity in banking services based on individual wealth. It means that those who can least afford it often end up paying more in fees and interest rates. It's like a financial double standard. It's essential to be aware of these disparities so you can make informed choices about where to park your hard-earned money. And those are some of the hidden truths about money and the financial system that the government might not want you to know. From the revelation that money is essentially debt to understanding who really owns the Federal Reserve, we've peeled back the layers of our financial world. We hope you found these insights valuable and that they empower you to navigate the world of money with confidence. Stay curious, stay informed, and share this knowledge with others.